Welcome to episode 49 of the Southern Conservative Podcast. My name is Ty. There are three stories I want to get into today as they relate to the different deep state scandals. Two stories have to deal with the Hillary Clinton email investigation, and the other story has to deal with James Comey leaking classified information. First, Congressman Trey Gowdy and Bob Goodlatte have struck an agreement with the Justice Department to get documents related to how the FBI handled the investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server and her mishandling of classified information. Goodlatte had subpoenaed the Justice Department last month for the documents, and they met with U.S. Attorney John Lausch, who has been assigned to handle these sorts of requests from Congress on these documents. Now, these congressional investigations fall right in line with the Inspector General's investigation that has been going on for months, culminating in a report that is due out next month. And it's most likely not going to look too good for James Comey and Andrew McCabe, at least with the evidence we have seen so far. And I'm going to get into a story that Sarah Carter broke Tuesday evening concerning Andrew McCabe. But so far, we know that McCabe did not recuse himself from the investigation until November 1st, 2016, after the investigation was reopened, after additional emails were discovered on Anthony Weiner's laptop. And McCabe was aware of these emails for a month before the investigation was reopened. McCabe failed to recuse himself until after the Wall Street Journal broke the story that his wife Jill had received over $700,000 from two PACs associated with Terry McAuliffe, a very good friend of Hillary Clinton. And she received this money for a state Senate seat she was running for in Virginia in 2015. Then you have James Comey, who exonerated Hillary Clinton after a laundry list of misdeeds concerning the use of a private email server. Comey admitted there were emails containing classified information at the time the emails were sent. Hillary should have known she was emailing classified information to her private server. Foreign actors are believed to have hacked the server. But despite all of this, Hillary did not have any criminal intent when she set up the server, and therefore no reasonable prosecutor would have brought a case forward. Now that's hogwash. Comey had planned on exonerating Hillary because he did not want to ruin her chances of becoming the next president. And this is made evident by the fact that the exoneration statement was written about 2 months before Comey's public address on July 5th, 2016. Goodlatte, Gowdy, and other congressmen believe that some of the documents they will be viewing will reveal coordination between the DOJ and the FBI. Comey contends that there was no coordination between the FBI and DOJ when it came to the decision to exonerate Hillary. There was also supposedly no coordination between the FBI and the White House. President Obama has said that he never talked to the FBI about active investigations. But we have text messages between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page that show POTUS wanted to know everything the FBI was doing. And one text message discusses how Comey changed the word president to senior government official in his description of how Hillary handled her emails. So for Comey and McCabe, it's all beginning to unravel. I had mentioned that there was a breaking news story from Sarah Carter concerning Andrew McCabe. According to Carter, he was not happy that the FBI had opened an investigation into Hillary Clinton back in July 2015 after the New York Times broke the story that Hillary had used the private email server while she was Secretary of State. Sarah writes that McCabe supposedly tried to steer people within the FBI away from the investigation. If this is true, you're looking at obstruction of justice. Of course, this would fit with McCabe not disclosing that his wife took money from PACs associated with a friend of Hillary Clinton. It's possible that McCabe stayed on to influence the investigation after he was unable to stop an investigation from happening. And this man was the deputy FBI director. Is this the type of person you want working with the FBI director to run one of the top intelligence and information gathering agencies in the world? I want to remind everyone to please check out my Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/southernconservative. That's facebook.com/Southern Conservative. There you will find conservative news articles on stories you probably won't hear about in the mainstream media. Plus, if you follow the news feed, you'll find links to the daily podcasts. Be sure to also subscribe to this YouTube channel and click on the notifications bell so you'll be alerted each time a new podcast has been posted. New podcasts are posted daily, Monday through Thursday. Finally, I want to dig deeper into James Comey because we got some really interesting information on that Columbia law professor to which he leaked his memos and classified information. As it turns out, Daniel Richman, the law professor at Columbia University, was a special government employee with the FBI working for no pay. Comey tasked Richman with special projects, and he had security clearance and access to the FBI building. Additionally, Richman was provided talking points detailing how the agency was managing the investigation into former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails. So Comey was keeping this guy up to date on the Clinton investigation. So this guy could be a witness to the FBI fixing the investigation into Hillary Clinton. But there's one problem here, and I'll get to that in a moment. But isn't it interesting how Comey leaked memos which contain classified information to someone who had regular access to the FBI? Surely Richman understands the trouble he could be getting into by leaking these memos to the press. But at the same time, the leaks were made to make Trump appear to be the one who was obstructing justice by asking Comey to go easy on Michael Flynn. Now that the memos have been made public with only minor redactions, we get the full context of the memos, and it actually doesn't make Trump look bad at all. It actually makes Comey look bad for baiting Trump into investigating the Golden Showers incident in Moscow. Comey never told Trump about the dossier or who paid for it. He only told him about the Russian hookers. He put Trump into a corner where he had to tell Comey to investigate the matter. At any rate, Comey kept these memos after he was fired, and he leaked these memos, including classified information. And the man he leaked it to was a special government employee with access to the FBI. Now, Comey has hired Richman as his attorney. So Comey and Richman can say any information related to the leaking of memos or what Richman knows about the Hillary Clinton investigation is privileged information. Comey can hide behind attorney-client privilege. But no worries, we'll just have Robert Mueller send the FBI to raid Richman's office. Something else that's interesting. Comey has apparently hired Patrick Fitzgerald to be part of his legal team. Some suspect Comey also leaked these memos to Fitzgerald. You'll remember that Fitzgerald was the special prosecutor investigating who leaked undercover CIA agent Valerie Plane's name to the press. It turns out that Fitzgerald and other investigators knew all along that it was Richard Armitage. But they nailed Scooter Libby for political reasons that I don't have time to get into today. Trump recently pardoned Scooter Libby, who was sentenced to prison for perjury and obstruction of justice. Armitage, meanwhile, was never charged with anything. President Bush commuted Libby's sentence, but he never gave him a full pardon. Libby never did serve time for these crimes. If anyone was deserving of a pardon, it was Scooter Libby, and Trump did the right thing by pardoning him. So there you go. A quick podcast for today. I'll be back on Wednesday for another podcast. Have a great day, everybody.